Actually, we live on a farm and I feed everything out here. And I noticed the bees kept coming to the hummingbird feeders. And I got tired of digging them out of the hummingbird feeders when they get stuck. So we started putting out pans of sugar water. And we got more bees and more bees. I said, let's catch some bees. Well, that's not how it works. I run DreamWorks Bees out here in Wimberley, and I'm also a custom home builder, and I do that to support my beekeeping habit. First year we bought 2 hives and got them out here and got started and started studying a little bit. I thought it was interesting, so I looked up some people on the internet, some mentors, and found Don the Fat Bee Man. He's an older gentleman, probably in his 70s, in Lula, Georgia. And I called him up, said I'm coming up. I drug a RV up there and stayed pretty much most of the summer off and on. Getting started gets expensive. Once you get into it, it can be fun. It's entertaining, it's relaxing, but it is a lot of work. Come on, girls. Everybody back in the pool.
My husband's cousin had a beehive settle into her area in a plastic tub, and she invited me to go see a beekeeper because she was interested in it as well. Well, it turns out I was the one who ended up with bees, and she didn't further her interest like I did. When I, am able to pick lemons off the tree or pick squash, I know that the bees have had their hand in it, which I think is awesome. And so I think that's, to me, the beauty of bees, is their connection to plants.
The colony is this complete ecosystem. The minute a baby's born, they turn right back around, crawl back into their cell, they clean it out, and they come out and start working. There's different castes, different jobs that each one of them do. There's undertakers that will actually clean out the dead bees on the bottom. There's guards that stand at the door and keep enemies out of the box. He's got a job, different job in the box. And the queen, all she does is lay eggs.
The majority of the bees you see are female. They only keep a few males around. They're called drones, and their sole job is to mate with the queen. The bees that sting you will be female, because the drone, it just stays at the house. Bees are facing the chemicals from the local farmers who spray their fields. During the day, when the bees are out foraging, they'll bring back the pesticides that they've walked along on plants or get caught in the spray, bring it back, and it will reduce the hive because of the poison.
So we need to look what we're putting into our food crops. The same thing the bees are pollinating for. Most of the food we eat somehow is derived from bees. It's whether either pollination or they're pollinating something that animals that we eat, consume. So we're poisoning ourselves, and that hurts nature, period.
Fully understand why people are afraid of bees. They are a force to be reckoned with. They should require a lot of respect working with. They can be lethal in very rare cases, but with just some very basic knowledge and patience, they're extremely docile.
When a swarm happens, half of the bee colony will leave to go find another place to nest, and they're the most docile at that time. That's a misconception that they have, that they're dangerous or that they're going to get hurt. Most bees they're just protecting their queen. If bees attack you, it's because they feel threatened.
How tame are these girls? I have a girl comes out and does bee sting therapy. She stings people in certain spots for certain ailments. Myself, I had a sciatica that was pinched, and I'd been to the doctors for 20 plus years. She did 2 stings in my lower back. The next day I wake up, I haven't had a pain since, and that's been almost 2.5 months.
Honey is antiseptic. You can use it to put on a wound. I've heard pink eye you could use it on. eating local honey, which was, produced by the local flowers. It's supposed to help with allergies. Small farm, a hobby farm way will help, with the, keeping the bees alive. When these huge bee companies, they move their bees from, from city to city, state to state, I think that is dangerous for bees, and I think it's probably dangerous for our environment. But I think the local beekeeper and the smaller apiaries are what's going to be the future of bees. People should educate themselves, and I think that people need to think twice before swatting at a bee.